have an industry leader with us, Mr. Jitender Sharma. He's a regional head, North and East, iValue Infosolutions Ltd. He will be delivering a presentation on strengthening India's resilience. Over to you, sir. A huge round of applause for him.
Good afternoon, good morning, everyone. First of all, strengthening India's resilience, that's the topic which I would like to share with everyone. First and foremost, would like to thank T4D Media. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Powered by iValue and Google. Yeah. So it's an opportunity for us to share with you what all we have for you guys. I would like to thank all the delegates, panelists, and speakers. iValue as an organization, if you see, is a digital transformation enabler. We play a interlink between our multiple OEMs which we bring in to ensure, secure, and manage your infrastructure, ensuring that the data is secure. So as an iValue, for about 17 years in existence, we have got in-depth experience in managing 8,000 plus customers. We have a team which is focused in verticals, which includes government, BFSI, and enterprises. And therein we have shortlisted close to 400 customers, wherein we have actually helped those organizations to grow their business in terms of whenever there are cyber security solutions which are required and preventing them from the attacks. We help them to prepare themselves for the upcoming cyber threats. We complement partner capabilities, as I mentioned. We do a joint marketing development, enablement, services, and financing as well. We as an organization has built a COE, which is cloud-based COE. It has got approximately 25 plus solutions stack from various OEMs that helps facilitates risk-free adoption of those technologies. It helps the organizations to choose which all OEMs or technologies which can integrate within their existing infrastructure. So thereby reducing their time in terms of gazing out what kind of solution should be deployed in the organization. Yeah, we help them in terms of, and then obviously the demo and POCs. With respect to the resources which we have within the organization, as you fall back to iValue, we have got for the government institutions, the RFP process comes into whenever there is a requirement. We have got a pre-RFP team, pre-sales solution architects with us. Once the COE, we take you through a COE, do a demo or a POC, and then we ensure that how do we actually prepare for the loopholes which are there in the organizations with respect to cyber security. We also do joint events like this. We actually do through our partners and customers to reach out to them and help them to know what are the evolving threats which are there. As I mentioned that, our strength is providing solutions with respect to multiple OEMs. We have got 200 plus tech team with us. It gives us an in-depth experience to provide high quality solutions and services to our customers. Now let's set up the context what we are here for. It's important that the evolving threat landscape, earlier speakers talked about it. Yeah, it is important that we know how the cyber attacks are growing. Now, if we see that these are increasing in frequency, it's a scale, and these are sophisticated attacks. The public sector, government, enterprises are being attacked, not only from their critical infrastructure with respect to, as far as defense, utilities, client services are concerned. So it is important that there is a timely response in terms of these attacks which are happening with a coordinated response mechanism. What is our role? Our role is, in fortifying these enterprises' cyber resilience. We bridge the gap between these government entities or enterprises with leading global partnership of OEMs which we have. We actually curate these solutions, custom solutions based understanding the infrastructure, as I mentioned earlier, their applications, their setup, their processes, their compliances, and then provide the solutions for them. How do we do that? By, what kind of cyber security needs are there. It's important that our solutions addresses the challenges, and then we provide the solutions for that. It is important to know real-time threat detection and response. So identifying the threats is important, first and foremost, so that we know that what kind of solutions are there, as I mentioned earlier, in terms of application. SOC is there, then in terms of those multiple solutions which are integrated, if it is there a SIM which is collecting logs, we need to do a correlation. We need to know that, what kind of automation for a response is required. Now that is something we help organizations to set up those things. There are regulatory compliances, as mentioned earlier in the speakers, that the certain guidelines are there. There are multiple guidelines, many guidelines are there. We help those organizations to bridge those gaps. Data protection across citizen services. Yeah. Data leakage is a problem. It could be within the organization, outside the organization. The information can go out by any means. We help organizations to mitigate those risks. Secure cloud adoption and digital platforms. There are organizations for certain applications which are actually moving on to cloud, and it has been adopted. We help organizations to move them in a hybrid cloud platform. Vendor risk and supply chain security. As I mentioned, proven multi-OEM partnership which we have, we help those organizations to identify, we help them to identify the technology, and OEM is from the customer side. Now, obviously, at the customer place, we look at multiple layers which are there at the customer's, their infrastructure. In the next coming up slides, we look at the network, security, and the applications. The first and foremost is readiness of the infrastructure. Yeah, we as an organization provide those high computing, continuous uptime, DCDR. It could be a replication from one place to another place. There are application migrations, database migrations, okay, of that infrastructure. And data center, we provide those campus networking. It could be Wi-Fi, it could be on the network level, ensuring that the availability of application is there. And we also have got these solutions which can accelerate those applications, those user experience in terms of accessing those applications. Modernizing network and application access. We all know that, yes, there are infrastructure and network and security which are in place. But what's important is that, do we have those solutions or those tools deployed in our organization which helps us in identifying and protecting the threats which are upcoming threats. Okay, so for that we have got solutions which is from application delivery controller, we have got SD-WAN and WAN optimization, and the endpoint security. So what we are trying to say here is that we reach out to the all points within the organizations with respect to security. Securing the digital perimeter and core. So from all points perspective, right, perimeter security, which ensuring that there is a trusted users access, cloud security, hybrid environment, it could be on-prem, cloud. We help the organizations that, the data, if the data movement is there, it is secure. And then the application security by means of multiple tools which are there. We earlier speakers talked about firewall. Now there are web application firewalls, okay, DDoS protection. It is important that organizations is at stake when there is a website, it is being compromised. How do we make sure that the DDoS attacks are being prevented? Shubha ma'am also talked about, it's very critical that, the awareness about, enabling situational awareness and compliance. That actually comes from the capacity building. It's important that the people who are there within the organization knows the governance policies and the solutions which are being deployed. It is being actually utilized. So we help those organizations to identify, detect up to the resolution. SOC capabilities. We as an organization has got the capabilities to deploy, manage and secure your data. And then the infrastructure security. We as an organization has got SOC and NOC capability 24/7 running in. I would request all the delegates to know we have got a booth outside, and wherein our people are there. We can walk you through our COE, we can walk you through our experience in terms of deploying these as case studies in various organizations, and we have helped them to focus on their core business rather than focusing on the challenges which are coming up. These are some of our key partners. We work with globally and in India through our GSIs, NSIs, regional partners, and people which are into the software development to provide a custom solution to our customers. That's what all I was talking about. That's the iValue portfolio, which helps a bridge between the OEMs, bringing on multiple technologies and solutions, be it a firewall, starting from firewall, endpoint, then encryption, data loss prevention, SOC solutions are complete, SIEM, SOAR, UEBA. It could be threat intel, threat feed, automating the response, ensuring that all next-gen SOC is being deployed by the customer. HSM solutions, identity solutions, zero trust is one of those things which is actually preventing organization from the evolving threats. Then ensuring that, moving on to the network level security, application security, endpoint security, perimeter security, and in a hybrid cloud environment. So these are about 70 plus OEMs which we bring into our customers, and there are multiple solutions which can actually ensure that the threats are being mitigated. That's what differentiates us from others. There are distributors in the market, there are value-added distributors in the market. What we bring in onto the table is custom solutions based on the experience which we have serving 8,000 plus customers. We provide multi-stacking solutions. We help organizations to create their RFPs, their sourcing, which all OEMs are there. We work with multiple consultants and ensure that not only supply, but deploy as well as manage throughout their life cycle management. So why partner with us? As I mentioned, that global OEM partnership which we have, some of the deep alliances, with leaders like Checkpoint, Netscope, Imperva, Google. You will see another presentation from our, along with us, the partnership which is there. We have got a nationwide reach, as I mentioned, that not only in India, we have got ASEAN as well as Southeast Asia presence. We have got an expert coordination. That brings us that 200 plus tech team, which helps in not only designing, but in terms of helping organizations to understand the infrastructure, their loopholes, the cyber attacks, help them in terms of using those cyber range products with respect to capacity building. And we go with a holistic approach across. Now, when we say government, then it's central government, PSUs, states, and in enterprises, we go multiple, it could be some of the initiative like Digital Bharat or initiatives which are taken for smart cities. Hence, we help organization in terms of providing complete security solution stack. So with that, thank you so much.
Thanks, Jitender Sharma, Regional Head North and East from iValue Infosolutions Ltd. He's an industry leader, and he talked about how iValue is making a difference and not only providing technology in silos, but overall comprehensive cycle of 360-degree solutions, if I may say so. You're working with so many partners, and from endpoint security to network security, and luckily we'll be discussing all this throughout the day. So I hope that some collaboration ideas you'll get today, which will help you in future. And I'm sure the more we discuss, more we find ways to collaborate, that will give us a fruitful result in future to create that cyber secure framework for sure.